What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I will be reviewing Sound of Metal. So Sound of Metal was directed by Darius Marder. It stars Riz Ahmed as a heavy metal drummer who begins to lose his hearing. Him and his girlfriend are very passionate heavy metal artists. They are in a band. They don't even live in a house. They live in this RV that they drive around the world for their tours and everything. They're very passionate artists, so you can imagine that when the drummer for the band begins to lose his hearing, he's not going to take that easy. Okay, this movie was fantastic. Holy crap. Riz Ahmed. He is phenomenal in this movie. I mean, I've been rooting for him ever since Nightcrawler. That's actually why the Nightcrawler Blu-ray is the thing in my background for this video. I've been rooting for him since Nightcrawler. He is an amazing actor, and I'm so glad that he's finally getting recognition. He was actually nominated at the Golden Globes for Best Actor in a Drama Film, and it is well deserved. His performance is heartbreakingly real. This film is devastating. And I also just love it as a story. You know, it's one of the more original films I've seen recently. You know, the story of a heavy metal drummer who begins to realize that he's going deaf. Like, that's actually an interesting story. Also, the writing is impeccable. There is little to no exposition in this film, yet you still learn so much about these characters. One specific example I can think of is a scene where Riz Ahmed's character, Ruben, that's his name, Ruben, is talking to this deaf therapist. The deaf therapist is like, how long has it been since you've been clean? Because Ruben used to be an addict. And Ruben says, 4 years. Ruben's girlfriend that he's in the band with, her name is Lou. Later in that conversation, the therapist is like, how long have you and Lou been together? And he says, 4 years. And then he stands up and leaves. And you can tell, like, that's all you need to say. You know, they didn't need to have him explicitly say, yeah, I met Lou when we were in rehab. We both dealt with depression and addiction and things like that. We met in rehab, and it's a great relationship. That would have been lazy. You know, that would have been the easy way out. But no, you don't need to do all that. All you need to do is have the amount of time that he's been out of rehab be the same amount of time that him and Lou have been together, and you can instantly put the puzzle pieces together. And the writing is that brilliant throughout the entire film. All of these situations are so meticulously crafted, which actually makes the pacing very bearable. You know, a lot of time with like movies like this and dramas like this, it's like they're great, but they're kind of hard to get through. But this movie was actually a pleasure to watch. Like, I was watching it, and the writing and the performances and just the directing, we're going to talk about directing in a second. Everything was so great that I couldn't take my eyes off of the screen. At no point was I bored. You know, because like, just everything is just so good. It's just top tier. I also really like the way it shows perspective. You know, when this guy is going deaf, it seamlessly transitions back and forth between what he's hearing and then what, you know, non-deaf people hear, you know, what we hear. And I think the way they weaved in and out of his new perspective was very well done. There's also some brilliant visual storytelling, and I'm not just talking about cinematography. I'm talking about things that are shown on screen, but it doesn't draw attention to them, because you can spot it yourself and instantly take note of that plot point. There's a scene early on in the film where the character of Lou, Ruben's girlfriend, rolls over in bed to reveal her wrist. That tells you a lot right there. They didn't draw attention to it, but right from that one visual, it's not like they even showed a close-up, it was just a medium shot of her waking up in bed. But you could see it, and instantly you knew what her past was like. And so through brilliant visual storytelling like that, they were able to tell you a lot about these characters without technically telling you. Also, Ruben is a great character. I love his arc in this film. It's such a great arc. You know you have a great arc on your hands when you take the character at the beginning of the movie, and then you look at that same character at the end of the movie, and if they are two, like, completely different people, you know you have a great arc on your hands. Also, Darius Marder, I said we would talk about this. He is an incredible director. This is such a well-directed film. The way he chooses to helm a lot of the scenes in this movie where Ruben is not really coming to terms too well with going deaf was so masterful. Also, the ending is perfect. This ties into what I was saying about his character arc. The ending fully encapsulates it. I can't think of a better way to end this film. I was just sitting there just in awe, in complete silence. It's just so powerful looking back on the film, and then that ending, just seeing Ruben accept certain things about himself. It was just so powerful. It really, really resonated with me. Also, the relationship between Lou and Ruben in this movie was very believable. You have a very short little montage sequence of them driving around the US in this RV of theirs, and you hear some of their conversations, and it's just some of the most realistic dialogue I've ever heard. It's completely authentic to real life, and it just makes their relationship so believable. Like, you feel like these people are in love. You genuinely feel it. And that's just not too common with a lot of movies that have a romance in them nowadays. Now, Sound of Metal is not a romance per se. It's straight up a quiet contemplative drama, very poignant. But there is a relationship in it, and that relationship is handled very well. Honestly, this is one of the best movies of 2020, and I really hope it sweeps at the Academy Awards. Let's grade this thing. I am going to give Sound of Metal an A. So guys, Sound of Metal, have you seen it? What did you think about it? If you haven't seen it, it is currently free on Amazon Prime. Give it a watch. Let me know down in the comments what you thought. Thanks so much for watching, guys. It really does mean a lot. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, keep writing, keep shooting, and keep editing.